away.
Set feet. Bang.
What game is this? This is incredible. Hook. Delightful. Wow.
Too strong.
Now Melbourne goes, and Melbourne gets the bucket. Circus basketball to Roof.
Cole. Yes.
Round 7 of the Signet WNBL continues in the beautiful city by the bay with a clash between two emerging top 4 contenders. Underestimate Geelong United at your own peril. The league's newest team have been a surprise packet across the first third of the season with 4 wins already banked. They'll be eyeing a third straight victory for the first time in their short history tonight. But Guy Molloy's young Sydney Flames are beginning to stamp their authority with a couple of wins on the trot themselves. And one of those was a comprehensive victory over the Geelong United side the last time they met. We're at Geelong Arena as Geelong United host the Sydney Flames on a Saturday night. Hello and welcome wherever you're watching around the planet to WNBL action on 9 Now. Ben Waterworth with you alongside former Rangers and Boomers star turned WNBL coach and one of the league's sharpest minds, Larissa Anderson. Larissa, nice to be with you for a crucial clash between, from a later perspective, 2 evenly matched sides.
Hey Ben, great to be here. It is. These two sides do match really evenly, even though the result would not have indicated that the last time they played. However, 2 key outs, unfortunately, for Sydney tonight in Roof and Clark, which should make this a very interesting contest.
Both those players out with knee injuries. But let's have a look at round 7 so far. And there's obviously one game to come tomorrow as well. Just saw a cracking top 4 clash between the Bendigo Spirit and Townsville. Bendigo holding on for an 86-80 lead. They led by 20 points at halftime. Bendigo. Townsville with a terrific fight back there. It comes after the Geelong United win on Wednesday night and Perth beating the Capitals in between those 2 games. But let's turn our attention to that 88-86 win from Geelong United over the Southside Flyers. Only a few days ago, Larissa, then it was their second win on the trot. They're aiming for a 3rd straight win. It was a thrilling overtime victory over the Southside Flyers.
It was such a great game, and welcome back to the league, Monconti, in game number 2. What a way to make a big splash and big statement with the game winner in overtime. But a big statement game from Hayley Jones, who's clearly settling into the WNBL and getting better and better every game.
Yeah, she had 27 points and 8 rebounds and 8 assists against the Southside Flyers. We're talking off air just beforehand. It's hard to think that Hayley Jones is only 23 years of age. In fact, she's the 2nd youngest player on Geelong United's roster, but she's such an integral member, not only of the side, but from a leadership perspective. She's really leading by example.
I think that's the exciting and different part to the WNBL this season, Ben, is that the league overall is very young. You've still got your classic, brilliant, experienced players, but this season is about showcasing and bringing through all the new talent, including from our imports, and she is definitely one of them in Jones.
Been a big tick so far for Geelong United. As we take a look at the Sydney Flames, who are on the road. You mentioned there were a couple of key players tonight, the Sydney Flames, in Michaela Roof and Emma Clark, but they still have Kayla George, who in WNBL season number 17 is still going strong. Last week, the 4th player in WNBL history to hit a lazy 5,000 points, and she's still in such slick form.
She's having a fantastic season, averaging a double-double and leading this young Flames group absolutely superbly. And I have no doubt she'll step up again tonight with Swain, as Guy Molloy has to continue to blood these young Flames with another couple of players coming in tonight in Caitlin Martin and Piper Anderson, which is so exciting for 2 young players to be able to be given the opportunity with Clark and Roof out. So Sydney continue to build their young talent, trying to blood the New South Wales talent. It's a really exciting time for the program, and Kayla is leading it beautifully.
She does it so well. She leads by example and by voice as well. So great scenes here at Geelong Arena. They've done such a great job, Geelong United, with their match day experience as well. There's your referees on screen, Daryl Millard, Nathan Paff and Michelle Cozier overseeing proceedings tonight. How much of a blow will Roof and Clark being out for Sydney Flames tonight be, Larissa?
Well, particularly on the rebounds, if you look at these 2 teams, how they match up, Sydney clearly lead the rebounding. Losing Roof and Clark is really going to hurt that, so someone else is going to have to step up with Kayla in the rebounding.
Just saw Isa Brancatisano on screen. She gets the start tonight as we're underway. Also, Carla Pittman gets the start. She's got the Spalding now. And Sydney get first possession here at Geelong Arena on a Saturday night. Great to have you with us wherever you're watching WNBL action. Taylor goes hard inside, no foul called. Straight up in the cylinder was Jones, and she forces the turnover. Got it back from Conti. She hits the floor. And a baseline ball the other end, this time for the Flames.
Nice physical start from both teams there.
It's Conti on screen, who mentioned beforehand hit the match winner in overtime recently. Pass came out there from Flames, but forthcoming. There's a pretty handy player on screen, Shanice Swain.
Very handy player.
Having a serious season, particularly from three-point land. When she gets going from beyond the arc, it sets the tone for the rest of the game for her.
And she is very, very hard to stop. So you can just see a couple of bad turnovers here. The right idea by both teams, just a poor passing angle there.
Here is Swain averaging the 19 points per game. Guarded here by Conti. Gets the pick from George. Pittman. Brancatisano out for George, who loves it from the corner. Well off target. A turnover here. Hank has got the start for Geelong United tonight. Jones lobbing it in, hoping for Froling, and a turnover city early
really
stages. Pittman with the hesitation for Swain. Wants the screen from George. Steps back, and of course the scoring starts with a Shanice Swain three.
You have to guard her so tightly on those pick and rolls. She does not need much time or space to hit that three.
Last time Sydney played Geelong United, she had 25 points, including 7 triples. Big afternoon for Shanice Swain. Hank gets her scoring underway with a mid-range two.
Been really impressed with Hank. Again, another young upcoming Australian player that's just returned from college. A really impressive young lady.
Conti lobs it for Froling. Just had a bit too much juice on that pass from Monique Conti. Keely Froling captains wherever she goes. Captain the Flames only a couple of seasons ago. Back at the Boomers last season under Chris Lucas, and given the captaincy for Geelong United's inaugural season. Swain wide of Pittman. But a good opportunity for Carla Pittman tonight. She gets just her second start of the season. Last game against Perth, had the 13 points, was 5 of 8 from the field. She seems to be a player getting better with every game she plays.
And we keep repeating it, but another young player that's just getting an extra opportunity this season, which is just going to do wonders for the seasons ahead.
Big screen there from Hank, an illegal screen.
Yeah. I didn't think they were going to call that then. I've seen worse called. Yeah. That was... Just need to give her a bit more time to set that screen there.
There's a look on replay. Just at the
see, Mon's already moving.
Yeah. There's a Brancatisano taking the contact. Such a tough player. Brancatisano getting the start again tonight. Pittman has the cut from Taylor, but in the end it's won back by Potter. Jones, Conti, Froling gets it back to Conti. Long three, falling short. Great rebound, Hank, who follows up with 2. She has all of Geelong United's points.
That's just effort from Hank, and that's exactly what she does. Gets after the see ball, get ball, gets after the rebounds, comes up with possession.
Taylor goes to work into the lane, kicks it out. Pittman, long range attempt, unlucky roll. Looked her right off the hand from Carla Pittman. Jones takes control. What a player she's been in this competition. Knocked out of her hands by the Flames defence.
I really like what I noticed this in their last game against the Flyers. Jones is actually handling the ball a lot. They're actually setting a lot of pick and roll and other actions for her, and she's very, very agile coming off in a hard matchup for the bigs.
Yeah, at 185 centimetres, can play multiple positions. Hank, beautiful move inside, fooled them all. Got around Pittman with ease, and a hot start to this game for Hannah Hank. Great
drive there by Hank.
Handles from Swain. Conti really wearing her closely. George for three.
That was always going up and most probably going down. You just cannot leave Kayla.
Going at 38% from beyond the perimeter so far this season, Kayla George. Contacting there, no foul call. Jones athletically to the rack. No points. And then Conti picks the pocket of Taylor.
They call basketball a non-contact sport.
Yeah, not really.
That's why we love it.
Yeah, we do. And two physical teams here as well. You think of Keely Frolling on screen, who's such a physical player underneath the rack. That's going to be a great matchup tonight between her and Kayla George.
Absolutely. Both teams just need to look after their turnovers here. There's already 8 in the game.
Yeah. Conti for three. All oxygen on that attempt. Flames in transition in the end. Oh,
why not?
Taylor was all by herself underneath the rack. She put it up for three instead. Taylor won it back, but it was a jump ball beforehand. Frolling pumped. See the leadership on display there from Keely Frolling. All right, that shot was almost going up from Shanice Swain. Possession arrow with Geelong United. Baseline ball here.
Both teams just trying to settle here, up in the lanes and just having some trouble getting open.
And in there from Pittman. First foul on the Flames. Just her second start of the season. Carla Pittman has coach Guy Malloy on screen, his 15th season in the WNBL. His second with the Flames. 9 seasons as coach of the Boomers, finishing with a championship in 2022.
Very special season, that one, and
Yeah,
both of these coaches are two of your most, if not the most experienced coaches in the league going at it here.
Fair few games, fair few finals appearances underneath their belt. Conti was hoping for Hank, but Brancatisano read it well. Sets up an opportunity for Swain. Now Brancatisano can be rewarded at the other end for three.
That was a great screen there, great skip pass.
Isa Brancatisano gives the Flames a 9-6 lead. Halfway through this first quarter as Frolling drives hard, takes on George. Morris stepping onto the floor with a big rebound. Brings such length to the floor, Yamaya Morris. Taylor looked her right off the hand from the moment it left.
What a beautiful shot.
Big high five from teammate Kayla George. 6-point lead here for the Sydney Flames away from home. Timeout called here at Geelong Arena. Stay powered with Signet, Australia's favourite power bank brand. Keep your devices charged and never miss a moment. Visit signet.com to find your perfect power bank. It's been a rollercoaster season, Larissa, so far for the WNBL's newest franchise, Geelong United. So far this season, they've gone loss, win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, win, hoping for 3 wins on the trot. They'll just be hoping for a little bit of rhythm and consistency in their season.
That's going to happen when you've got a young team. It's exactly what the first few games are about, finding some form, getting to know each other, blooding your young players. And they are finally, both these teams are finally starting to find some form. It's a shame that injuries kick in, but that's more opportunity for others to step up. So what we're going to see tonight and already seeing is some nervous players, which is where your turnovers come from, because you've got young players getting opportunity that they probably haven't gotten before. So this is going to be invaluable as the season goes on.
George leading her team back out onto the floor. 12-6 lead in early stages. And all of Sydney's scoring so far has been from beyond the arc. They're 4 of 6 from three-point territory. All of Geelong United's points have been in the perimeter via Hannah Hank.
But I love that all of Sydney's threes have been from 4 different players.
Yes. Offensive rebound here. Shelley on the floor. Potter in the corner for 3. Can't get the first triple for Geelong, and Taylor rips it away for Sydney.
Really strong rebound by Taylor there.
Swain kicks it for Morris. Brancatisano again. In and out, and Shelley had first hands on that, but lost control, and Sydney will have a fresh 14 to work with here.
Morris for Flames has had a really good impact on this game so far, hitting a couple of really great screens. Just her size, you can see there, just makes it that bit harder for Geelong to come up with the rebound.
198 centimetres, Yamaya Morris. Setting the screen here for Swain. Falling short. Good box out there from Shelley. Froling, one-on-one here with Taylor. Takes her on. No foul, no points rather. Offensive foul against Keely Froling.
Great D. She had not moved.
Here's a look on replay. Wanting to make a statement here, Keely Froling. Feet were set there from Taylor. Second team foul on Geelong United. The atmosphere at Geelong Arena. 4th v 5th in this WNBL competition. Taylor misses the mid-range 2. On the floor here is Alyssa Brett. Shelley, Hank, Jones. Back for Shelley, who loves a three-point attempt. Works her way inside, out for Brett from the corner. Can't get it to go, and good luck trying to out-rebound Morris there.
You just saw her long reach, long arms as well.
Swain.
The
pick and roll there with Morris. It wasn't clean, but it came off.
I was trying to say, right idea, and then she's got it. That was really great finish in the end, and exactly what they need to do. Geelong are switching there. You've got to punish that.
Jones works her way underneath the ring, trying to kick it out. Jump ball is called. Kayla George doing great defensive work there, and possession arrows with the Flames, and they've shot out to a 14-6 lead here.
It's all defense right now from Sydney. Really impressed with their split line and rotations. It's making it really difficult for Geelong to find the space that they need.
What have they got the offensive end of the floor? George will set the screen here for Swain. And she's free for 3. The pass was just below her. Pittman takes on Jones, kicks it out. Now an opportunity for the Flames, and banking it in off the glass is Bonnie Dees.
That's a fantastic job there by another youngster.
Dees on the floor, getting some early minutes. Shelley almost ran out of bounds, but she was fouled before she got that pass away. Back in the WNBL. Was at the Boomers back in 2018-19. University of Nebraska for 3 seasons. Joe Shelley back in the WNBL for 2024. She's putting up a 3 and knocking it down, doing what she does best.
She heard you talking about her, and she just thought she'd showcase what her specialty is. That very quick three-point release. Beautiful shot.
Swain, with so much confidence in her own ability, reverses it in.
She made that look very easy. That was not easy. That was a beautiful baseline drive there, and great finish with the reverse layup.
Growth in her game across the past 3 seasons has been epic to watch. Brett's, well, now they're starting to come alive from deep Geelong United.
They're liking that spot right in front of the bench.
Right in front of Chris Lucas. He's ready to inject Monique Conti back into this game. So Flames lead has been cut to 6 here, and Geelong United can increase the score. Shelley was hoping for Brett. Well read by the Flames, and Swain, who's always stepping back, and she was always hitting 3.
Lucky, because Kayla was wide open to her left there.
When you're shooting it like Shanice Swain, she has a license to put it up like that, and rightly so.
You can just see a few really inexperienced passes, but also as the game goes on, it's getting better and better. Some really beautiful shooting going on to make up for it.
Swain 2 of 4 from 3-point territory. 9-point lead now for Sydney. Shelley, quick release. Hooked her right off the hand, but travelled deep in the end. And now Cherie Kalia on the floor for the first time. And look at her drive inside the rack, and she will earn a trip to the free throw line here.
That's what Kalia does really well. She's a very strong physical guard, and Great drive there and drew the contact. You see how she just really invites the body contact, embraces it, doesn't shy away from it.
Zoe Raber on the floor for Geelong United picks up her first foul as we watch Cherie Collier at the line with that free throw. She's 6 of 8 from the charity stripe in her 5th WNBL season. More subs here, an 11-point lead here for the Flames, a game-high lead for them. Conti in her 3rd game back for Geelong United. Jones thought about the 3, took on Kayla George, if you don't mind, got the unlucky roll and Morris got the rebound.
That was unlucky, a really nice drive there by Jones.
Kalia again, lost control this time though. And good luck catching Monique Conti here.
Yeah.
Oh, the easiest shot in hoops claims a victim. Conti then stepped out of bounds. It's a 2-on-1, and the Flames get away with one there.
They certainly do. That was great running of the floor there. Unfortunate finish, but it's exactly what they need to do. Get good stops and run.
George hoping for the cut of D's along the baseline. It came off feet. Baseline ball here for Sydney Flames away from home. Off the feet there late. Kalia. It's the screen from Morris. And again takes on Raber. And again draws the contact. Will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Geelong need to do better than that. Actually make Kalia make the tough finish. It is absolutely a great drive, but make her make the tough finish. Don't reach. You can just see the reach at the end. So
Follen checking back in. Raber with 2 fouls to her name. And Cherie Collier back at the free throw line. 2 seasons on, she did spend 2 seasons on Sydney's development roster without playing a game, but a real great story of persistence, and now game number 47 in the WNBL.
Absolutely, and she plays a great role for Matt Gambier in the NBL 1 South during the winter, and just really improving.
Shelley, oh, it's like Conti almost wasn't ready for it. She hits the floor. Shelley trying to make amends. No, can do. So no shot clock left as George lobs it in for Morris. George wants it back, but Morris takes on the shot. Can't get it to go. Geelong can have the final say of the first half. It's with Jones, who drives superbly and couldn't get it to go. That's an impressive first quarter away from home from the Sydney Flames. They hold an early lead at Geelong Arena, 25-12. Second quarter action coming up on the other side of this. Welcome back here to Geelong Arena. It's Geelong United taking on the Sydney Flames. It's a 25-12 lead in favour of the Flames away from home. Ben Waterworth with you alongside Larissa Anderson. When these two teams met just a couple of weeks ago, Larissa, the score at quarter time was 23-12. This time it's 25-12. Same leaders again. It's another slow start for Geelong. Their past 4 first quarters now are 12, 15, 14 and 12, and they're behind the 8 ball early stages here.
Well, Geelong, it's pretty simple, Ben. Geelong have 10 turnovers in one quarter. You're not going to score nearly enough or keep with the team if you're going to have 10 turnovers in one quarter. So they've just got to look after the ball.
Oh, that's a tough shot from Conti over Kayla George. Gets Geelong off to a nice start in this second quarter.
Great start and great finish by Mon there.
Morris, Brain Catasano, looking for the pick and roll. Instead, George with a quick hands.
Great high-low.
And Morris gets the 2 and can head to the line and make it a 3-point play.
That was really great play there, and it's exactly what Sydney need to do. They've got a clear advantage in the height department, and that high-low is tough to guard.
Geelong United struggled the last time these two sides met. Morris had 14 points, 10 rebounds and 4 blocks from just 23 minutes of action, which is making an early impact here at Geelong Arena. A double Geelong score early here, the Flames. Brett, Conti, Jones. Back for Brett. Conti calls some movement. Froling trying to set the pick. Conti puts up the shot herself and gets the lucky roll.
Very similar to the overtime winning shot, that one.
Yes, these two. Similar position on the floor.
Great drive.
Swain, oh my word, what a play. Pretty classy.
Well, it's hard to guard now that she's getting so much better at putting the ball on the floor because you can't give her any space for the shot, and now if you close out, she's going to put the ball on the floor. So great decision there by Swain.
Conti stepped out of bounds. That's just what I've certainly noticed on the eye, Larissa. It's just the confidence when she is dribbling, when she is driving. Just seems like a much more assured player.
Oh, she's just so athletic. So, I mean, she just makes it look so easy as well.
And he glides across the floor. Here's Pittman for George. Nice screening for it. One-on-one there with Froling. Here is Swain for George. Oh, beautiful pass. Brand Catasano for Morris. Just fumbled at the wrong time. Well played by Brett just to disrupt. But Swain still hits the 3.
That was just pretty to watch. Great ball movement. Great finish.
Big game from Shanice Swain. She's already in the double figures. She has 13 of the Flames' 33. Froling reverses. That's a tough shot with Morris in her face. George brings down the rebound. Froling got some contact off the ball there. No foul called. Swain off balance, off the glass.
They're certainly letting them play. There's a lot of bumps being left go there. Great finish by Swain, even with the contact.
15 for Shanice Swain. She's 6 of 8 from the field. A bit to think about here for Chris Lucas. 19-point differential already. Conti got tripped. Oh no, it's been off hands there. So foot violation rather. So it will be a
Geelong ball.
Trailing by 19. Push 14. Oh, Conti put the elbow out there. And the offensive foul is called.
Beautiful defense.
And she's really added a terrific dimension, Isabran Catasano, to the Sydney Flames outfit. Talk about NBL 1 action. Larissa, she's toiled away in the NBL 1 for a number of years. She's got a WNBL opportunity here. She's making the most of it.
She certainly is. Another one that's with Mount Gambier the last couple of seasons, and she, another really physical, high-quality guard. She just plays at that high tempo the whole time. Oh, there is so much contact out there. It's fun to watch.
Taylor with the Spalding. Beautiful pass
Great
to
job.
Morris. The imports combining superbly. The bench is up. They are pumped. The Flames lead by over 20.
I think the refs have somewhere to be. They want this game done. They've put the whistle away. We all love it. But we're seeing a few players get fired up here, which for us is Highly entertaining.
Oh yes, good for the neutral. Maybe not so much for the coach, as a timeout is called here at Geelong Arena, and this lead has ballooned out here. The Sydney Flames with a 37-16 lead over Geelong United. Make sure you're following all the live stats of today's game in the free WNBL app. You can also check out game highlights, team and player info, and more. Download the WNBL app from your app store today. 37-16 lead. Morris again coming off the bench, making an impact. 7 points in 8 minutes, but Swain has the 15 points, and there's certainly a bit to think about for Chris Lucas at the moment, Larissa.
Yeah, this isn't the start they would have liked. Only 16 points in the first quarter and a half. So they've really got to address their offense, but it's coming from their poor turnovers. I mean, things like stepping on the sideline, poor decision making. They've just got to calm down a little bit, get through some good sets, and take the high percentage options. Yeah. Stop trying to thread the needle and make the difficult pass. Go the high percentage. We've seen game after game this season that a lead means nothing.
Oh, yes.
We just saw that in the last game.
Yep, we did. Townsville up by 20 at half-time, and they'd almost brought back that margin within 1 quarter.
Geelong just need to keep their heads here, one possession at a time.
Meanwhile, the Flames going at 59% from the field at the moment.
They're shooting the ball really nicely, but they are executing beautifully too.
Conti had a good look for 3 and knocks it down.
Great shot there.
She's got 7 points, hits her first triple of the night. Swain almost had the pocket pick by Conti. It did. Great desperation, but Jones lost her footing. Brett picks up the crumbs and Conti made her earn it. Great desperation, Monique Conti. Can they get some scoreboard reward for effort? From the car park, Conti can't get it to go. Froling gets it back. Potter gives them a fresh 14, and Jones can't convert.
That's what you want, though. Great job by Conti, but just second efforts, third effort, get after the loose ball.
In the corner, Brancatisano, all oxygen, but then follows up with a big defensive hustle. That was all Isa Brancatisano. Forced the turnover.
But you can just see there, Jones forcing through the traffic, they've got to kick the ball ahead.
Good defense there from Froling. Really on Swain there, forced the mid-range floater. Now Conti calls for calm. Tend to shoot here for Conti. Over her head to Froling, mid-range 2, doesn't drop for Keely Froling, who's still yet to score. Jump ball is called as Potter and Swain, former Caps, fight for it.
This is what's going to happen because they're allowing that physicality to go. The players are getting pretty fired up. You can just see nice little tussle there between Potter and Swain.
Away from the Caps roster last couple of seasons, moving clubs during the off-season. An opportunity for Shanice Swain to be under Guy Malloy, and what an opportunity as well for Guy Malloy. He's got one of the best players in the comp at his disposal.
Absolutely. Players like that are so much fun to coach. They want to learn, they want to get better. You can tell how comfortable Swain is. We mentioned the NBL 1. Swain actually represented Geelong right here on this court through the NBL 1 season. She's very comfortable on this court, and the home crowd are very used to having her here.
Pretty hard at recruiting local. Sarah Ellsworthy, a player who is playing for Geelong United. And Swain was called for a technical foul just beforehand. So
yeah, just a reaction to Gemma Potter when they had a bit of a tussle on the floor.
So that was why Froling hit the free throw. George backing down here on Jones, and that's Kayla George at her best. Couldn't get that one to go. Conti with a long pass for Potter. Hank had a great start to the game. And now Conti can reset. Jones for Froling. Jones goes herself in the end and draws the contact to earn 2 free throws. And Jones yet to hit the scoreboard.
Yeah, unfortunately, she has quite a few turnovers, but yet to hit the scoreboard. So just a rough start for Jones, but quality play and coming off a fantastic game. So no doubt she'll come good.
And she said pre-season, Hayley Jones, that being here is really helping me grow as a leader, as a floor general, and as a scorer. And she just feels like she's the kind of import that is like a sponge and just wants to learn from her time down under, which is exactly what you want from your import.
Oh, absolutely. And the WNBL is a quality league, and it's becoming more and more popular to imports for that very reason, that it's a great competition, great exposure, and a great way for them to keep improving their game.
Third rebound for Hank. Here is Jones, drives into the lane and hooks and draws another foul from the Flames. 2 more free throw attempts coming up for Jones. And via that pass from Monique Conti. Jones a 62% free throw shooter prior to tonight, but averaging the 14 points, 7 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks a game as well. And a big tick for the Geelong United recruiting staff. And just gets it there. Change of luck for Hayley Jones. Touches the margin to 15. Kalia back on the floor. Morris screaming for it. Tight defense there from Hank, so no easy pass.
Great battle down low.
It was. Taylor had it ripped away from Shelley. Great defense from the from the Geelong United rather. Froling takes on George, reverses on George. Not her night so far, Keely Froling. A scramble and a stop for Sydney.
No,
George.
Jones and Froling just a bit unlucky on a couple of finishes, but I liked how they're attacking. Great finish there.
And Dees is devastating from deep there. That's her first triple of the season, and the Flames have an 18-point lead.
Shooting very nicely from the 3.
However, here's Shelley. No one cutting towards the racket. Then
Great
Keely
job.
Froling appeared from nowhere. Good patience from Jazz Shelley.
Beautiful pass.
And a timeout is called here at Geelong Arena. Sydney in control, but Guy Malloy just wants to regather his troops despite the 16-point lead. Calling all sports teams, say goodbye to travel headaches and hello to CTM Sport, who are 100% committed to delivering excellence in their field. Leave the logistics to the travel experts so your athletes can focus on what they do best. Learn more at ctmsport.com.au. The good signs in the last couple of minutes. Froling getting amongst the scorers. Jones able to draw a couple of fouls as well to head to the free throw line a couple of times. So gradually getting back into the contest here, Larissa.
Yeah, we just mentioned a minute ago how they're just not quite finishing around the basket. So the last 2 plays have been really nice settlers for them, and Jones getting herself to the foul line has helped. So Froling's making some great targets inside. They've just got to keep going that way. Stay with it.
Sydney Flames, a slow start to the season. They are starting to find their groove in recent times. 4 losses in a row, but now hoping for 3 wins on the trot. They've made an impressive start to this contest. Taylor, look away pass for Swain in the corner.
Jeez.
Put it up with ample confidence. Hand in there from Morris, helps Sydney have a fresh 14. Swain drives, kicks it in for Dees, who was cutting, but just fumbled. Conti pulls up. Swain read it superbly.
She really did. You can just see how Geelong are making some really simple passes look really difficult. Oh, God.
Conti is called for the foul. He's none too pleased with the call, but to say a rare foul call in this kind of game tonight, as Larissa has said. Let's have really let the players play.
Well, they really only called that because it would have caused a turnover.
Yep.
So they're really letting them play.
Missed attempt off the quick release there as Conti Can't get that three ball to go. Hank up high, but no one down low. Dees brings it away. Swain, oh gosh, that's dangerous. They get away with one there, Geelong.
They sure do.
Swain had an open look for three. Jones takes on three Sydney players and wins and gets two.
It's a lovely drive, and as mentioned earlier in this game, she is very comfortable putting the ball on the floor.
An offensive foul is called against the Flames. George is called for the offensive foul. It's just setting the screen there on Shelley, looks like.
Pretty consistent with that call so far this game.
So Flames in the bonus, but obviously the offensive foul. So sideline ball here for Geelong United as Sarah Ellsworthy checks into the game for the first time. Rolling, well, no one came at her in the end, so she said, thanks, I'll lay that in.
Great decision there by Froling. High percentage basketball.
So just cut the margin back here. It was 21 points earlier in this quarter. They've got it back down to 12. Dees. Swain. Oh, nice. Too good. In and out. But then Morris able to pick up the easiest offensive rebounds and 2 points you'll see.
Morris is not going to get any smaller as this game goes on. She's really having an impact on the boards.
Shelley draws the contact from Dees and can shoot two. So quick as Shelley. You mentioned the turnovers from Geelong United, but they play with some serious pace, this Geelong United side, when the likes of Shelley and Conti and Jones are in full flight.
And they're clearly, well, by the looks of this game, Chris has given them the license to back themselves. So even when they haven't scored for a few possessions, they are still pulling the trigger on that early three and on fast break transition. So he obviously wants that run and gun game.
Oh, a turnover off the George pass. Shelley almost makes it a 4-point play. And then eyes light up there for Hank. She misses the three, but a real opportunity here for Geelong to get it maybe even under 10 points, the margin. Jones v. Swain, what a matchup. Jones gets the unlucky roll, and Morris with an important defensive rebound. George taking control, and then, is all left alone. Shelley turned her back, and George makes her pay.
That is just forgetting that the most potent shooter has the ball in her hands. One of the most. Tries
to make amends at the other end, Shelley, but no good. And then Hank turns it over. George, Taylor, eyes light up as she drives to the rack and extends the lead back out to 17.
Again, that's just off turnovers. It's absolutely killing Geelong right now. They've got to look after the ball.
Flames with a huge lead in points from turnover differential. 8-second differential between game clock and shot clock here. 5 to shoot for Hank. Oh, Morris almost got the block in there, but that's a superb finish from Hank.
That's a lovely finish by Hank. Again, though, they're letting them play, so they've just got to know that contact's coming, finish it.
Oh, Morris, he's got to put up the three. I don't know if that'll count for you, Maya Morris, who prior to that shot had not put up a three-point attempt all season so far, but at halftime, the Flames in control, 47 to 32, 15 of those points coming via the hands of Shanice Swain. We'll take a short break and come back on the other side of this with some halftime analysis from Larissa Anderson as we break down the Flames and Geelong United from Geelong Arena. Back on the other side of this.
Jackson blows the roof off.
Wow, it's LJ the GOAT.
There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business. Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
composure. Jackson blows the roof off.
Wow, it's LJ the GOAT.
There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business. Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
Get closer to the game with the free WNBL app.
Clark with the N1.
Check out the fixture and grab your tickets.
What a finish to the third quarter.
Catch game highlights, stay connected to your favourite player or team, and follow live game stats. Anytime, anywhere.
Cole flags 2 more.
The WNBL app is where it's at. Download now.
Celebrating 50 years of sneakers?
For a delicious dinner that disappears and lets you squeeze in one more episode before bed. Pick up Latina Fresh, Australia's favourite pasta and sauce. Latina, we got the weeknight.
Ford dealers have backed sport in communities for nearly 100 years. And now, from the Boomers and Opals to Aussie Hoops, your local Ford dealer is proud to support basketball. Because all dreams start somewhere.
Signet WNBL action on a Saturday night in the city by the bay. Geelong United hosting the Sydney Flames. Ben Waterworth with you alongside Larissa Anderson. We're watching the Flames be put on an impressive show. Larissa away from home. They have a 47-32 lead. It's been a high octane, high turnover game so far, but in the end it's Sydney's ability to convert. They're shooting at a terrific clip at the moment.
They really are, and that's the difference right now, because really turnovers are dominating this game at both ends. Geelong have 15, Sydney have 12 for themselves, but the difference is, as you've just said, Sydney is shooting 50% to Geelong's 34%. So it's really about Geelong looking after the ball now and just priding their possession a little bit more in the half court, because the turnovers means that Sydney are just getting that fast break up the other end and punishing, and that is really the only difference right now.
And it's a similar story to last time these two teams met in terms of Sydney getting a fast start against Geelong, and it's the same two players really dominating as well. Shanice Swain had a big game that day, and it was also Yamaya Morris's best game of the season a couple of weeks ago. Both players having an impact. Swain has the 15 points so far. Morris has the 9 to go with the 4 rebounds as well. Swain has the 3 assists. Geelong United got to do something pretty quickly.
Well, I just think Geelong are struggling with those legit bigs, and you can see from their results through the season that's kind of consistent there, because Geelong are not big, they're young and they're not big. Whereas Sydney, I'm very impressed with Morris's first half, and her height is really causing some legit issues inside, whereas Jones for Geelong is a great size, but she likes to play from the outside. She's not as much a bigger target inside. So would be nice to see Jones really focus on maybe getting back in there and getting those double-figure rebounds, because Geelong really need that.
We'll see how that all pans out across the second half. But it's now time to have a look back at round 6 and check out the top 5 plays of the week.
Wow,
Rochi to the cup for the bursts.
what a great start for Maddie Rochin. Oh, Hillman with the putback, that's going to count.
The Spirit have an opportunity to take the lead. And one! It falls. Samuels at the hoop. Aggressive. Bendigo now have the lead. What a great pass that was. Griffin, now Wickham. Great cross into the middle of the key and one. A fantastic move. I expect nothing more from Wickham.
That was really, really nice. Made it quick, sharp, what a cross.
Perth can have the final shot of the quarter. It's Soa. It's free! Neela Soa with a much-needed long-range bucket on the stroke of quarter time. Welcome back to Geelong Arena, where it's another day of Shanice Swain dominance here. She has 15 points already, including 3 of 8 from three-point territory. And Larissa Anderson, she's just doing what she does best.
She is. She's putting on a great clinic up the offensive end. She does unfortunately have 6 turnovers, so we do need to mention that because that is hurting them a little bit. But thankfully, because of their great shooting percentage, they've got a really sizable lead against Geelong here. But she's just such a beautiful shooter and very impressive to see her putting the ball on the floor the way she is too.
Yeah, playing just with such guile and grace across the floor. And she's at her best as well. It's ability off the glass there. She's had a big game the last time these two sides met, had the 25 points for the game. She already has 15 so far in this contest. So aside of probably taking, outside of taking better control and care of the basketball, Larissa, what do you want to see from Geelong United, particularly from the opening few minutes of this third quarter?
Well, it's exactly what they showed us in little patches in that second quarter, just the intensity defensively. They were rotating better. You can see that Chris is rotating.
Yep.
He's got really quick guards, so getting up the floor and really harassing the Sydney Flames guards is exactly what they need to do, because Sydney have a lot of inexperience in their guards. So I think that's really smart. They just need to look after the ball once they do get it. They are actually getting the steals. If you look here, they've got 9 steals at half-time, which should be translating on the offensive end, but unfortunately they're just not looking after it. So the signs are there. Keep playing that defense and then finish it.
So you might notice today that players from both teams have a purple band around the top of their singlet. This band is a powerful symbol of support for survivors of domestic violence. This season, the WNBL, its clubs, athletes and the Players Association have united to raise awareness around this critical issue. Enough is enough. A life free from violence is possible, and when everyone plays a role, real change happens. Learn how you can be part of the solution by visiting Full Stop Australia. All the details on your screen there. A terrific initiative from all parties this WNBL season. Underway here in the third quarter. Jones, that's a tough shot. She somehow makes it work.
I really like that she went inside though. I mean, she's got such a big advantage in height there. That was great.
Brancatisano for George as we have a look at the Flames on offense for the first time in this half. Swain, George, Morris. Big moment here for Keely Froling on defense, and Morris misses. And Hank scrambles, has the ball held to her. It's a jump ball.
So both teams going inside. Morris made a really nice move then, but just the physicality of Froling made her fade away. So I like the idea. Morris just has to back herself there and get to the basket.
Possession arrow here with the Sydney Flames. And they weren't aware of the shot clock.
Whoops.
Brancatisano wasn't aware to put the, she thought it should be reset.
I don't disagree with her here.
Yeah, after the jump ball, she calls, Chris Lucas and the Geelong United coaching staff think it's a shot clock violation.
Well, from what I can tell, didn't Morris's shot actually hit the rim?
Referees conferring, working this out now. Geelong United players and coaches calling for a shot clock violation. Here's a look at that.
No, it didn't.
Didn't. Now, referees don't have the advantage of a replay at the venue. Shot clock violation is called.
Yeah, it's the right call.
Well done. Malloy will argue his case, but evidence that we have at our disposal says that the refs made the right call, so well done to the trio out on the floor. We've let the play go all night, it has to be said. Won't let the play go on this occasion, as Swain is called for the foul.
There's physical, and then there's that.
Yeah. Brett trying to create something. And Shanice Swain on that occasion is called for the foul. It's her second personal foul. It's a turnover.
That little cheat step from players, it's gotten a couple of them on the sideline there. The three-point line, since going further out, is so much closer to that halfway line. Players aren't getting away with that cheat step.
Swain cuts. Goes inside for Morris, who lost control. And Brett has it for Geelong United. Froling, Shelley for three. Quick release, well off target. Big rebound from Froling. Gives him a fresh 14 seconds to work with here. Shelley calls for calm. Hank screaming for it in the lane. No foul called. And Hank is the beneficiary. She gets another two.
She's finishing those drives really strongly.
Brancatisano bounces back to her feet and Taylor misses. And an uncontested rebound in the end for Alyssa Brett. Feeds Jones. Froling one-on-one with George. Takes on George. Beats George. The captain gets two.
Great finish.
And it's back under 10 points. Great start to this quarter from Geelong United. Another Swain turnover as Shelley kicks it up a gear. and took on Taylor in the end. Morris came down with a rebound and drew contact.
I'm really loving how physical this defense is from Geelong, though. I mean, both coaches would have to be discussing how referees are letting them play.
Yep.
They've got to attack and be really aggressive on the defensive end.
6-zip start to this third quarter in favour of Geelong United. It was 22-20 in favour of Sydney in that second quarter, so not much between the two sides. It was just that first quarter where the Flames set the tone. Taylor almost travelled, but it somehow ends up with Morris, who gets the two.
Great job there, and it's what they haven't done the last couple of times. You've got to pass it up high to someone of Morris's size. You can't bounce past it down around her feet.
11 points now for Morris as Jones pulls up for the mid-range two, and Brancatisano raises up to get another rebound. Taylor always putting that up. And Morris and Froling.
Great job, Morris.
Yep. And a foul is going to be called. Froling argues her case. She had all ball, I reckon, trying to lip read her there. There's the foul called against Keely Froling, who's got a fierce look on her face. George gets the lucky roll in and out. Laps there from Geelong United.
That's a veteran's basket is what you call that, the settler.
She's had a couple of really important threes tonight, Kayla George. Froling now takes on George. Steps back into the lane, is denied by George. She doesn't get you offensively. She certainly curtails you defensively, does the veteran.
I actually think this is a really good sub here by Chris Lucas, just to give Keely Froling a couple of minutes. She's battling so hard, just a few things not going her way, just to have a bit of a breather and then come back out and go again.
Foul against the Flames. George called for her third personal foul. Two fouls also for Dees and Swain of the Flames.
So really important, Kayla. Guy Malloy can't afford to take Kayla out here. So this is where you'll see the experience of whether she can stay out of foul trouble.
And the other thing to note as well is that Froling also has 3 fouls to her name. So an opportune time to bring her off. As Pittman checks back in for the Sydney Flames. And number 9 in her WNBL career, 8 of those coming this season. Hank Shelley drew the defensive Brancatisano, then tried to float it in. Great hustle from Brancatisano.
Really good hands.
14-point lead here for Sydney. George for Swain for 3. And Hank brings down board number 6 to go with 10 points, having a big game. Hannah Hank. Jones put out the arm. Swain again gets the hustle defense in there. Try to rip it away, but Jones regained control. Shelley can't get that one to drop. Potter steps back in. Hank, tough, feeds Brett, can't get it to go. And it's back with the Flames.
This is a little stressful to watch with players in foul trouble and turnovers. Really good battles going on in the key.
It's Brett rather who put that shot up. Hank has been impressive, playing low tonight. Almost stolen there by Potter. Brancatisano kicks it out for George. Wide of her. George couldn't keep it alive. Potter for Jones. Fast pace. Jones lays it in.
Really good transition basket by Geelong there. Off a great stop.
Jones up to 8 points now. Starting to get going. Swain, don't want her to get going. Taylor wide open for 3. He was just not dropping for Sydney, but they're getting a reprieve here as a foul is called against Geelong United.
So Sydney not hitting a great clip from the 3 here, so wouldn't surprise me if there's a little conversation going up about how they need to put the ball on the floor and go inside.
You've got a player like Yamaya Morris who's not on the floor at the moment, has to be said, but he's the ideal target on the inside. Swain, guarded closely here by Brett. George caught it, and got it, and could potentially get a 3-point play. That is awesome from Kayla George.
Well, fantastic pass, even better finish.
Jazz Shelley there, saw the mismatch, and George can complete the 3-point play and take her tally Oh, to 12 points, but she still has the 11. Shelley trying to get around George. Hank steps through, banks it in off the glass. Team high 12 points for Hannah Hank. Flames in the blink of an eye at the other end of the floor. Taylor no good. Shelley with a rebound.
You can see how both teams just back themselves on that fast break. There's no pulling the ball out, executing. It's if the shot's there, take it. If the drive's there, take it. They're going to be tired after this game, that is for sure.
Geelong played last Wednesday. Jones reverses. And she's into double figures. 6th time this season that she's hit double-figure points, Hayley Jones. Taylor, pass for George.
The pick and roll's really hurting them. Geelong need to address their defence here. The bigs, Sydney Flame bigs, are doing a great job at diving to the basket.
And at the other end, Jones tried to finger roll it through. Couldn't get it to go, no foul called. And the Flames playing at a high octane speed at the moment, and Dees hits from deep.
Great to see Bonnie D is doing such a good job. Such a youngster coming in with really valuable points. That's 8 points off the bench.
Not a lot of minutes as well from Bonnie Dees as a timeout is called, and for all of Geelong's hard work, it's still that 15-point lead here for the Sydney Flames, responding to every Geelong United challenge. Ford dealers are all about supporting the game here in Australia. From Ford Aussie Hoops to the WNBL, Ford have been backing Aussie sports and communities for nearly 100 years. So when you're ready to hit the court, your local Ford dealer is here to help you get to the game. Bonnie Dees, so far her best game of the WNBL season, her first WNBL season, committed to Arkansas for 2025 in the US, but a real star at national level, led Victoria to an under-20s gold medal and was the tournament MVP, and just one of these young 18-year-olds coming through, Larissa, that is just so exciting for basketball in this country.
She is absolutely one that's under the radar from the national team, I would say. We've got so much exciting talent coming through, and she is definitely one of them. Really exciting young prospect.
8 points in 10 minutes. She's going at 100% clip. Bonnie Dees, 3 rebounds as well.
Would you believe she's young enough to play under 20s at the Nationals last week? Unfortunately, she represents Rowville.
Right.
But unfortunately, she was carrying an injury, so wasn't able to hit the floor, but that's how young she is.
Here's Shelley for Jones. It's Taylor in her face. 6 to shoot here for Potter. Now Hank puts up the 3. And great box out there from Potter. She's rewarded with 2.
Great job there, Gemma Potter. I mean, to get the front position on box out on offensive rebound, really good body positioning there by her.
Got one on Carla Pittman there, who's feeding Swain, who steps back onto the floor. Pittman gets the long offensive rebound and almost threw it away. Taylor there to pick up the loose ball. George, quick hands, turnover. Hannah Hank continuing her big game. Shelley. Conti, mid-range 2, drops. Geelong United continue to chip away at this lead.
Really nice basket there, and that was a nice balanced shot by Mon.
She's up to 9 points. Swain, no room to move there as Conti walked up to her in her face. Then Pittman, long range. Oh, that looked great off the hand. And Carla Pittman knocks it down. At the other end, Potter. Inside for Shelley. Banks it in off the glass.
Great finish by Shelley there.
High quality hoops in this third quarter.
So this is going to be a battle of which players can just keep their cool here. So you just watch every single possession, how much physicality there is on the ball handler, on the post player, on the drive, just which players can just keep their cool, because they are definitely still letting them play.
Swain drives high inside and gets the 2 and takes her tally to 17. Jones aggressive. She's starting to find some rhythm in her game. Up to 12 points, Hayley Jones. George. The team up by 12. Dees is fouled.
They all look around and go, okay, they've called that one.
Hank called for the foul. It's her second for the night.
So it appears that if there's contact but they finish the shot or they don't turn the ball over, they're letting them play. If it creates a turnover or they miss the shot, they'll call the foul. That's how it appears to be, but it's been very consistent for the whole game so far.
Geelong in the bonus. 5 fouls to their name. Bonnie Dees at the line. 2 of 2 so far this WNBL season from the charity stripe. Bonnie Dees also represented Australia at under 17s and under 18s level. Played all her junior career at Frankston. Beautiful part of the world, southern Melbourne. She's good on both attempts there. 14-point lead. She's guarding Conti. Ellsworthy having a run on the floor. Potter, Conti for 3. Eyes light up. Can't get that one to go.
Great block out there.
Yeah, Taylor, strong rebound. Raber on the floor. And 2 fouls in the blink of an eye in the first half, and then quickly back on the bench.
Like to see Morris try and post up here. She has a clear advantage inside.
There she is, posting up here on Hank. Aggressively off the glass, no good. Win there for Geelong United. Potter. One from Hank. Raber will set the screen here. Potter goes the other way. Hank draws in Morris. Works away into the lane. And can't get that one to go. Morris brings down another rebound. Board number 7 for Morris to go with 11 points. Sets the screen on Conti.
That's better pass.
Will
Great
she take
double
on
team.
2? No, she won't. She'll go to Taylor for Pittman. 4 to shoot here for the Flames. And Morris in the wrong place there. Bad pass. And Geelong taking better control of the basketball this quarter and defensively and a bit more on song. Well, here was Sarah Ellsworthy. Raber. A bit of a mismatch here on Dees. Works her way inside, but all oxygen on that attempt. Pittman takes on Geelong United.
Be interesting to see what they call here. Looks like a blocking foul.
Yeah, thank you's called for her 3rd.
That's a little bit lucky there by Pittman. I thought Pittman was a little, like, you can see 3 players in front of her there. Needed to kick that out a bit earlier.
Yeah, Hank called for her 3rd personal foul. Geelong in the bonus, so Carla Pittman will go to the line.
I do love the minutes Pittman's bringing, though. She's aggressive, she's running the floor, she's playing both ends.
She's doing it all season as well for the Sydney Flames. Her 2nd season with the Flames as a development player. Just the 1 game in her first year last year. But is showing great growth across the off-season. So a couple of successful trips to the free throw line for the Flames in recent minutes. We have a 5-second differential between game clock and shot clock. We tick down towards 3/4 time, and Potter is all nylon from deep.
Great shot there. I think the hand in her face actually helped there. Beautiful height.
Tall hand as well in Morris, who's again trying to set a pick. Taylor, long range attempt, no good. And 3/4 time siren sounds, and Geelong still within striking distance, but a handy buffer here for the Sydney Flames, who lead 68-55 as we turn for home. Short break, and we're back with 4th quarter action from Geelong Arena on the other side of this.
Orange D24, that's Orange D24.
Fourth quarter action coming up in just a few moments as we have a look at the highlights from the third quarter between United and the Flames. Ben Waterworth with you alongside Larissa Anderson. Good quarter from Geelong United, 23-21. So they cut the margin by 2 points, Larissa. They've still got a fair bit of work to do in the fourth quarter, but so the Eyes seem to be taking a bit more care with the Sporting in that quarter.
Absolutely. Only the one turnover to Geelong that quarter as opposed to 6 to Sydney. So Sydney actually have 2 more turnovers for the game now. So Sydney need to start looking after the ball.
Brancatisano back on the floor, as is Kayla George to start this fourth quarter. Pittman from way downtown. And Raber, well, had her hands first to the ball. Couldn't quite bring it away cleanly. Geelong United get the stop that they were after. Raber. For Brett, for Potter. Raber thought about the three. There's Kayla George for company. 5 to shoot here for Geelong United. Froling fumbled. Now has to put it up in Jemima Morris's face. The foul is called. Morris is called for the foul.
Yeah, Kelly copped a whack to the face there.
Morris's first foul. His team foul in this quarter. No, the shot clock didn't reset there, so we'll...
should be 14 on the clock
coming
after
back to
a foul.
14, that's right. So just over 9 minutes left on the game clock. Geelong United, as we mentioned, coming off that thrilling overtime win back on Wednesday night against the Southside Flyers. So they're not only off the short turnaround, but the extra quarter on top of that in thrilling circumstances. So it could come into play a little bit in this fourth quarter.
And the way they play so up-tempo. So it'd be interesting to see if they slow it down a bit more or they just keep backing themselves on that fast break.
Brett. Oh, that was pretty. Alyssa Brett knocks down the three. She's a good three-point shooter as well, 38% three-point shooter this season. Perfect start for Geelong. They're back within 10, and they're putting the pressure early on Sydney. False start for the Flames on offense. Brancatisano for Pittman in rhythm. Can't get it to go. Unlucky roll. How strong was that for Morris? Only needed the one hand. Couldn't put it in, though, for 2. Geelong United have a chance to cut the margin to under 10 here. Froling for Brett, who started this quarter superbly. Count the points and she'll go to the line for an extra.
That was a really nice give and go there by Brett, and great job by Keely Froling.
Quick hands from all players involved in this passage of play. Conti, Froling and Brett. She's pumped, and rightly so, and the home fans loved it.
Well, it's back to 8 points now, and this game is far from over.
4 of 5 from the charity stripe this season now. Alyssa Brett, 7-point differential. Shanice Swain back on the floor. Pittman turns it over. Conti 2-on-1 here, so she slows it up. Then goes to Raber, who catches, shoots. Can't get it to go. Not Danny Raber's night so far. The Flames can slow down the tempo here. Oh, George just put up a 3.
Oh my gosh.
Just hit it, swish.
Yep, that was...
She's a player. She's 4 of 4 from three-point land tonight, Kayla George.
She forever makes you wonder why she doesn't do that more, but that's the experience she has as well.
Brett at the other end, can't respond with a triple, and George gets rebound number 8. Also has 3 assists to go with 16 points. Thought about the 3 then, Kayla George, but passes to Pittman, and Raber strong off the glass there. Pittman falling short on that attempt. Froling, what a pass. This time to Potter. And then Brett came over the top, knocked it away from Morris. Players hit the deck. It's deemed off Geelong United's hands.
So much fun to watch these two teams go so hard at it, though. And
they're 4th and 5th. You sense a top 4 spot could be up for grabs between one of these two sides. Very early stages in the season as well, but two teams on paper pretty young as well. Two very experienced coaches who know what it's like to get in the top 4 as well, but a big opportunity for both of these coaches and sides.
Well, either way, the result of this is going to be a big difference. So Geelong are 4 and 4 at the moment, and Sydney are only at 3 and 4. So Sydney really, 4 and 4 looks much better than 3 and 5.
Very much so. Here's Swain. Had a big first half. A little bit quiet in the third quarter, but now she might be cooking at Geelong Arena.
That was just a lot more balanced than her last couple of shots.
Jones
nice
in the
drive.
meantime. Explosive to the rack. Great response from Hayley Jones, who's got better as the game has progressed. She's up to 14 points. Swain missed Morris.
Got to throw that up to her. Every bounce pass to Morris seems to go astray.
Potter thought about the 3, but had Morris guarding her. Now she has a better look for 3. Can't get it to go. George with the board. Swain can set up the Flames here. Goes to work, lobs it in for George, another turnover. Jones for Potter, gets control. And good defense from Brancatisano. Then the block from Morris, emphatic. Still lots of time though on the shot clock. 7 to shoot now for Froling. Morris again! And then Morris and Froling not liking it at all. Morris goes back at Froling. Tempers flaring on a Saturday night in Geelong.
It was only a matter of time before this happened with how physical this game has been.
Morris having to be calmed down here by George. Here's what happened. A little arm came out there from Froling, and Morris going straight back at the Geelong United captain.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the referees call here.
They're just conferring now, the referees. They're meeting just inside the perimeter here. Lots of action. Lots of feeling in this game, not just then, but right throughout the night, Lewis. You feel like we were getting to a boiling point.
Absolutely, and this could be a big turning point for Geelong because Keely Froling is on 3 fouls. So if they pin her for that little elbow there on Morris, that's going to be 4 fouls, whereas it'll only be 2 fouls on, or actually it could bring Morris her 3rd if they call another.
Referee still conferring. They made the right call the last time they took this long to make a call. We saw it just before. Here it is, another look.
It is really difficult that the referees have to rely on a conversation between them and they can't refer to footage.
Yep. There you have it. Sorry, Swain. So that was Swain was called for the foul. And there you are. So
yeah.
That is her 4th personal foul. And then a technical foul has been called on Yamia Morris for the Sydney Flames, which is her 3rd personal foul.
well explained there by the court announcer.
So to start with, we will have 2 shooting free throws from Keely Froling following that personal foul from Shanice Swain.
It's all happening here.
Yes, to say the least. Nicely captured there by the court announcer.
So it'll be Keely to take her shots here, and then it'll be interesting to see whether she gets subbed out because there is still a long time to go in this game, and that was her 4th personal.
6 minutes left in the game. Froling hits 1 of 2. And then the extra for the Tech.
Now you can just see the difference here. Kayla was all over her Sydney teammates there. She reeled them in immediately and had them calm.
Now Yamaya Morris is at the line.
Not quite sure why they're booing her. She had every right to defend herself then.
She misses. Not the most efficient free throw shooter. 71%, nothing to sneeze at though at the same time. But a lot of feeling in this one.
Well, good job by the Geelong crowd there. It's helping.
Good on the second attempt. And again, Kayla George right there to encourage. And the Flames now reset in their front court. After all that, we're back underway.
So interesting that they're leaving Froling out there on 4 fouls.
Yeah. Brett got a hand in there. So she's called for the foul. And that will be Geelong United's second team foul. For a quick and easy weeknight dinner that the whole family will enjoy, pick up a family pack of Latina fresh pasta and sauce. Ready in minutes and so delicious, there won't be any complaints at the dinner table. Find Latina Fresh in a chilled pasta aisle near you. 10 to shoot here for Brian Catasano. Oh, kicks it out for Dees, who's been hot from this range. Can't get it to go. Brian Catasano off Geelong United hands. Gives Sydney a fresh 14. George, 4-3. All oxygen. She looked at the referee. No call. And the Flames only hold a 9-point lead now, and 5.5 minutes is a long time in this sport.
It really is. And this is all going to come down to which team can stay composed and focused. There's a lot of physicality in this game. There has been the whole game for both teams. Both teams just need to keep their cool here and execute.
So a timeout called by Coach Guy Malloy, with his side leading 74 to 65. Foot Locker is celebrating 50 years of sneakers. Celebrate 50 years and the current hoop season by grabbing the latest kicks and apparel at your nearest Foot Locker, the official major partner of the WNBL. So in that situation in particular, you can think of Guy Malloy, who's currently in season number 15 in the WNBL. He's got an import who's new to the league, who's really fired up. How important is his composure and his role in that situation when you've got a really tense situation?
Oh, hugely. I mean, he's taken on this really young team, has one particularly in Ruth, very experienced player, but Clark also a lot more experience than some of these girls. So he has got a very inexperienced group out there tonight. But I can tell you from personal experience that Guy will remain calm the entire time, no matter what. So even when he gets a bit fired up and has questions for the refs, he will always be composed in the timeout.
It's great to watch Guy Malloy get to work. So Morris still off the floor. So just to check on those foul counts, 4 for Keely Froling and 3 for Hank. And 3 each for Morris, Swain and George for the Flames. Flames in the bonus though. Froling inside for Jones, who's been a real handful in the lane, and she's called for a travel.
Look, I really like that they'll try. I think they need to do that more. She's got such a good advantage inside. Just unfortunate got the travel there.
Swain works away into the perimeter and reverses. And she gets the offensive rebound and puts it back in for 2. You sense this is tailor-made for Shanice Swain to take over late. As Jones, that's such an incredible move to spin inside and with composure finish like that.
Sydney need to do a better job though of forcing Jones left. She's going right every single time up the floor.
Taylor has a bit of a mismatch there on Conti, but Swain puts it up. Can't hit the 3. Rebound for Froling, still a 9-point differential. 3 ball will be handy now for Geelong United, but Froling takes it on. And will go to the line to shoot a couple as Taylor is called for her first foul.
And I don't think Taylor liked that call.
No. No. Let's have a look on replay. did have a lot of basketball. She attempted to curtail Keely Froling, who misses. A couple of crucial misses from the charity stripe for Geelong United. Froling misses again. They really do get away with it there. The Sydney Flames. And now Shanice Swain can make them pay at the other end, but she loses control.
That is now 11 turnovers for Swain.
Shelley in the corner for three. Yep. Knocks it down. Huge bucket from Jazz Shelley. And they're right back in this one now, the home team. Taylor goes to work, loses control. What's the call?
Foul.
Foul on Geelong United. Home fans not happy. Third team foul on Geelong United. You mean the judge at home?
Compared to what they haven't called, but again, if it causes a turnover, they're the ones that they tend to call.
Shelley knocked it away. So a reset again here. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 4 minutes on the game clock. A much different story to what it was a couple of weeks ago when the Flames won by 35 points against Geelong United. Taylor takes on Froling, works away inside, misses, scramble. Swain puts it up for three, no good.
Great job, Sydney, on the boards.
And Kayla George keeps it alive. She's in the corner, working baseline, kicks it out. Pittman, 4-3, can't get it to go. Froling rebounds.
Some really good looks, they're just not dropping now.
Now Jones, she's been doing this all night, working into the lane, feeds Froling, back to 4 points. Timeout called at Geelong Arena, which is humming. The home team up and about. They're back within 4 points. It's been a 17-8 final quarter so far from Chris Lucas's side.
Great couple of minutes here from Geelong. Better job at pulling Jones up from going right, but they forgot about Keely Froling.
Well, if you're Guy Malloy, what do you want to see from the Flames now, Larissa, considering the momentum that Geelong have been able to generate in right throughout this quarter so far?
Without a doubt, I would like to see Sydney execute in the half court. Their ball movement was just great in the first half, whereas this half, it's pretty much one and done. They've put up an enormous amount. They've put up 34 three-point shots, and their percentage has gone down to 35%. They're 12 from 34. So when they're not quite dropping, you've got to put the ball on the floor and go inside. I'd love to see Morris come back in and give them that target inside. She really has helped them on the boards and with an inside presence.
Just giving a few minutes to calm down, but running out of minutes. It's 3 minutes 23 on the clock left. What a quarter this has been from Geelong. 17-8 fourth quarter after they conceded 25-12 in the opening term.
Let's see if they target Froling here, given she's on 4 fouls and really can't be as physical as what she would normally be inside.
Pittman kicks it out.
Another
Taylor
three.
for three.
This
Gets
one
it
drops.
to go.
Yep.
Much needed. Triple from Celeste Taylor.
You've got to love the confidence. They do not stop shooting, which I love.
Jones takes on Pittman. Tough for Brett. Gets the 2 to go. Good response, Geelong United.
Brett moves off the ball really nicely.
Really made hard work there for Shanice Swain off the inbounds pass. George momentarily left open. Threw it away. Threw it away, did Kayla George. And Geelong United with their tails right up. Both teams looking for a third consecutive victory. Both teams on the precipice of the top 4. Conti behind her head there to Jones. Conti has 3 to shoot, puts it up. Can't get it to go. Big rebound, Taylor. 4th team foul on Geelong United. Celeste Taylor with a big play at the offensive end of the floor, then the defensive end. So Geelong United in the bonus next foul. Brett guarding Swain closely. Remember, Sydney tonight without Michaela Roof and Emma Clark. George
Great job. Oh.
Past it, but a foul is called on Geelong United. Conti not happy. Pittman hits the deck. They're in the bonus, Geelong United.
Every time Sydney have played this high-low set, they've gotten a really good look.
Pittman at the line. She's 2 of 2 tonight.
Let's see if you've Mosdu.
Never. Misses. Still a 5-point differential.
Great job.
Holds her nerve to hit the second. An even 6-point ball game now. Brett played some big minutes tonight. Conti for Brett. Open for 3. George with the rebound. Less than 2 minutes remaining at Geelong Arena. George continues. Has to be the difference between the two sides. She's been epic tonight. Swain gets into the lane. Almost threw it away. Brancatisano, eyes eyed up. And a shooting foul. And she will head to the line, is a Brancatisano.
That's fantastic drive, but again, that was such good movement, much better movement. Swain, they're double teaming. She recognised it a little bit better that time. Dished the ball out off much better movement.
Hit the floor hard is a Brancatisano. 2 of 2 so far this season from the charity stripe. The Melbourne Tigers Junior back in the WNBL this season, having an impact. Misses the second. 7-point differential. Shelley picks it back out for Froling. Puts up the 3, the captain! Can't get it to go. Good hustle off the defensive glass. Potter can't win it back. Taylor wraps her arms around it. It's been a physical game all night.
I love it. It is exact. Look, even though at times they've gotten frustrated, and once again, see Kayla just rally the troops there. And that's been the difference for Sydney. Kayla's leadership is just, it just stands out.
Shelley and Brett both taking her on.
It really has been entertaining to watch the physicality, even though you can see players getting a bit frustrated with it.
Celeste Taylor has a word to the referee.
Yeah, she's just pointing out that she feels like she's being grabbed.
Yep.
For them to call jump ball, she's frustrated. But it's been happening both ways.
Timeout called. Celeste Taylor and the Sydney Flames will compose themselves. And as Larissa mentioned, a few more composed figures in the WNBL. And Guy Malloy, who addresses his side now. They've seen off the challenges from Geelong United in the past couple of minutes, but still 79 seconds remaining in this contest. 81-74. Here's a look at that play just before. Keely Froling might have had a little word as well.
Yeah. Possibly.
Double-double for Keely Froling tonight as well. 11 points and 10 rebounds. She's worked her way into the game. That is her 5th double-double of the season.
And she's done a great job staying out of foul trouble too. She was on 3 fouls in 4 halfway through that third, and she's done a good job to stay out of foul trouble.
Is Shanice Swain get a double-double for 21 points and 11 turnovers?
Yes, unfortunately that does not count.
Yes.
It's not the double-double you want.
No. Shelley. Guarded closely by Brancatisano. How about the dogged determination there?
It's just great.
3 seconds to shoot. Jones loses control. Put that turnover down to Isa Brancatisano.
Much better job by Sydney to make it tougher for Jones to go right. She's killed him going right this whole second half, so last few possessions much better.
Can they give themselves some further breathing space here, Sydney? George for Swain. Taylor grits the teeth, try to work inside. Swain from deep, can't get it to go. And a fresh 14 for Sydney.
Look who again. I think they're discussing whether that touched the rim.
Let's have a look here. The shot. Didn't look like it did touch the rim.
Substitutions for Geelong.
It did not.
No. Conti steps back onto the floor. You know what she was able to achieve against the Southside Flyers. There's another timeout is called by Sydney. 14 on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock. And Malloy wants to have a word to his side. Shanice Swain, 21 points. Kayla George, 16 points and 11 rebounds. 5th double-double for her so far this season, but it's been more than the stat sheet tonight for Kayla George. You talk about the composure as well, but the ability to bring her teammates into the game, 3 assists, a couple of blocks as well. Just a complete performance from Kayla George.
She has been absolutely rock solid and a true leader out there. It's really stood out the whole game, particularly as we've mentioned how physical it's been. She has just constantly rallied the troops, and she has to be one of the best talkers on defence I've had the pleasure of working with. So you can just see that presence on the floor the whole time. But a big shout out too to Isabella Bracaticiano. She has been fantastic. Like, you look at her stats tonight and you wouldn't think she's had a great game, but she is a huge part of the defensive stops that Sydney have got. She is constantly on the ball handler. She has caused so many second, third, fourth efforts. She's had a fantastic game.
You probably want to be led by Kayla George, and you want to be a teammate of Isa Bracaticiano.
Absolutely.
You want to play with Flames with a sideline ball here. 14 on the shot clock, 14 ticking on the game clock. And Swain loses control, and Conti will get 2. Oh no, she doesn't. Missed another easy layup, and that could be costly. Froling doesn't give away the foul. Taylor for Pittman. Back out for George, for Swain. Well held and controlled by Sydney, and that might be enough. George kicks it out. Taylor for some icing on the cake. Can't get it to go. Shelley with a long rebound.
They need a quick shot here.
As the time ticks down, Potter misses the press. Swain gets the rebound, and the Flames win 3 on the trot. Away from home, they were made to earn it. A tough, physical, grueling game of basketball. But Guy Malloy's side are the ones left smiling. 3rd straight win for them, and they're starting to get some momentum in their season after a slow start. And they will sleep easy tonight. After that, they'll sleep really well tonight, you think?
Absolutely. We only just talked about it, but again, huge shout out to Kayla. You can even see there when they're giving each other high five, they're all taking deep breaths. She had them so calm and composed when it counted that entire game. Awesome effort by Kayla there, both ends. Her leadership was just phenomenal the whole game.
81-74, the Sydney Flames victorious over Geelong United. As we have a look back at the highlights of the game, and no shortage of highlights as well. Hannah Hank with a career best game for her, 12 points and 7 rebounds with the start. Jones with 16, Froling with 11. Players all sort of had their moments throughout tonight. It wasn't like there was necessarily one big 4-quarter performer. They all sort of contributed at different times throughout the game, which probably made it such an entertaining game to watch, Larissa.
It really was. I'm tired watching that. It was so physical. It was a great spectacle. I just think Sydney were more composed, more disciplined. Obviously, they nearly shot themselves in the foot with putting up so many threes that weren't quite dropping, but they made up for it with the 2nd, 3rd, 4th efforts and just staying together. So very, very fantastic job, considering they've got Michaela Roof and Emma Clark out, and you've got the youngsters of Morris and Dees and that coming in. It's just great minutes by them off the bench.
So if you're Chris Lucas tonight, how glass half full v glass half empty are you, Larissa, considering you gave away 25 points in the first quarter, but really rallied in the second half. You won the second half, 19-30 in the fourth quarter. So what's the balance of emotions at the moment?
I think you'd probably be really frustrated that they have consistently been pretty poor in the first quarter in particular. So I think that's something that needs to be addressed. And I'm sure they're all over it. But they just can't afford to give teams in the WNBL the head start that they're giving them. They're showing that they're never giving up, that they're relentless in the second half, but you're giving them big leads. So it'd be nice, as a coach, you'd sit back and go, girls, it'd be really nice if you gave yourselves a better chance in the first half and you didn't have to always chase from behind.
There's your stats leaders. As we mentioned, double-doubles tonight for Kayla George and Keely Froling as well. Shanice Swain with the 21 points to go with the 7 assists. You couldn't keep her out of the action right throughout the night as well. Ultimately, the Sydney Flames victorious, 81-74 victors over Geelong United. So there is Kayla George. Her night, it was more than the stat sheet, as Larissa mentioned. 16 points, 4 of 5 from three-point land, but she was a true captain in every sense of the word tonight, leading by example, leading with her voice, both ends of the floor, and hard to believe that she was doing this all in game number 359 in the WNBL in season 18. The Triple Olympian continues to be a star of this competition and a star of Aussie hoops. Well, that's round 7 so far. Action-packed. Geelong United with a win on Wednesday night. Couldn't back it up on the Saturday night. Wins also to Perth. And Bendigo still undefeated 9-0. We've got one game left in round 7. It's Adelaide hosting the UC Caps. And a new feel around Adelaide in particular. A new coach with Nat Hurst and the club parting ways a few days ago. They'll be hoping to get that new look off to a perfect start tomorrow against the Caps. I think we can all go to bed, Larissa, now. I think we're both tired after watching that.
I think we need to join them down there on court, for sure.
We need to do some stretching ourselves. Thanks to Larissa Anderson on behalf of her and our entire hard-working team behind the scenes. This is Ben Waterworth signing off from the City by the Bay. It was tough.